Hello everybody, Perko here with this week's Pontification. Please excuse the hoarse throat. I've been talking too much. Anyway, today I'm talking about inflation and how it's calculated. To be honest, I have no idea. Apparently they have these groups that they sit around and talk to, and they come up with price differences. But I suspect, this is the United States, that if you walk around and look at your bills that you're paying right now, you'll say, that's ridiculous. Inflation is much higher than that. But of course, they're the ones that know, they are the ones that play with the numbers. One of the areas I looked at was housing. And apparently, according to Zillow, the actual affordability of average household across the average United States is less than 30%. Now, how many of you think that the average person is paying less than 30% of their salary, of their income, on housing? I don't think there's many. Anyway, I digress. So, I'm looking at houses and accommodation, how the houses are made up. 20% of households now are multi-generational. In other words, two sets of adults in a house now. 20% of households are like that. So now more and more kids are staying in their own house or with their parents. One statistic I found was, if you're an average 35-year-old, there is a third of you is still staying with your parents. And also, your average debt that you're carrying is $70,000 from student loans, car loans, and credit cards. So it's no wonder that there's so many of you still living at home. Even when you look at 25-year-olds, 50% are still at home. Now we look at the older generation, people 70 and up. Well, 80% are living in a home they bought. That's right. So you can see over 35 years not 35 years, 50 years, how things have changed quite quickly. And also of the new households that are starting out, 80% are going straight into rentals. No mucking about, that's where they're going. And I have read all sorts of figures that say that the new housing estates are basically designed specifically for rentals. It's not a mix. It's just we're building 1,000 units. Of course, all that money is coming from hedge funds, people who've got lots of money, the 1%, 0.1%. And that's what they do. They go out and buy houses and rent it to you. Whereas for your parents or your grandparents, they went and did it themselves. Okay, so the other area of this that I'm looking at is what goes into inflation from a point of the commodities. So I grabbed a few prices of commodities and the changes over the last year. Excuse my throat again. So here we go with a few things. So I'm looking at statistics. Oh, wrong book. Okay. So heating oil, you won't be surprised to know that's 94% up. Gasoline, 57% up. And propane, it's only 10%, so doing a bit better with that. A couple of things in minerals, gold is up 37%. And lithium, and we all know where most of that goes, 85% increase. So guess what the car batteries are going to cost now if you go away from gasoline and to battery powered. Now we go to a few other things. Let's see if I can read my own writing here. Yes. Lumber is down 5%. Cheese down 10%. Soybeans up 18%. And wheat up 35%. OJ down 37%. Rice up 27%, and cocoa down 20%. A few more for you. Is canola oil, corn is up 20%. Sunflower oil up 26%. Butter down 37%. Corn up 24%. Beef up 10%. And eggs down 82%. Now, I bet you never saw that coming. Anyway, that's my pontification for the week. Hope you're doing well. Talk to you again next week. Ta-da for now.